What's up guys, it's Kelly and I'm so sorry that I've been MIA. I know that I haven't posted anything in a really long time. I've just been really busy with work and my real life stuff. So I promised you guys all over the place that I would be filming a bunch of stuff this weekend and posting it for you, and then the absolute worst possible thing happened. I was procrastinating a tiny bit. I was just picking up stuff around the house, and well, it's really an apartment. I don't know why I'm even calling it a house. It's like 700 square foot apartment. So I was picking up stuff around the apartment and I totally cracked one of my nails, and it's a really bad break. I was freaking out. If you guys watch me on Snapchat, it happens to be the nail that I filmed for you guys, so I didn't know what to do. So then after, I was done freaking out, I realized that I could just patch it up, and I saw a silver lining because now I get the opportunity to show you guys how to patch up a broken nail. So this is not a permanent solution. It's not going to magically fix your nail forever, but what it is going to do is it's going to provide a temporary patch. You can theoretically just leave it on until your nail grows back out, but it really depends on how long it takes for your nails to grow, how rough you are being with your nail. It's actually really easy though to do, and you probably already have all the tools at home. It was stuff that I just found around my apartment, and I was able to patch it up really quickly actually. So let's talk about the things that you need. The first thing that you're gonna need is tea. This will just soothe your nerves during the situation. No, I'm just kidding. This is actually what we're going to use as a patch. Obviously you don't need this brand. This is just the brand of tea that I drink because I like decaf green tea. But yeah, so you're gonna need some tea bags specifically. You don't want loose tea. Basically, we're gonna just take a piece of the tea bag and we're going to apply that onto our nail. The next thing that you're gonna need is some nail glue. And this is honestly, I don't even know where this is from. It might be from Shop Kiki. It doesn't even have to be like a crazy good brand of nail glue. I feel like you can actually just use base coat, if you're using a really good base coat, but I don't think that fix will be as long lasting, or it won't work as well as glue, so you really want to have some glue. But like I said, it doesn't have to be any kind of specific nail glue. It just, anything that you have lying around. But make sure it's actually nail glue. Let's not use real glue. I feel like that might be dangerous. And then the last thing that you're gonna need is a base coat. Now, I think it's really important in this sort of situation to use a strengthening base coat, and there are two that I sort of reach for all the time. One of them is Rejuvicoat, and that's just what I use to keep my nails really healthy and strong. The one that I decided to use for this particular break is the Nailtique's Formula 2 Plus. I don't really notice a difference between the two of them. I happen to like Rejuvicoat a tiny bit better just because it's easier to buy. The bottle is bigger, so it lasts me longer. So that's the one that I usually use, but this one just happened to be closer, so I grabbed this one instead. All right, so you guys know all the supplies that we're gonna need. Now let me show you how I did it. All right, so as you can see, this is the crack that I have going on right now. So just really the corner chunk of my nail has been pretty much ripped off. It's still hanging on, but as you can see, it's totally just like complete different edge of my nail. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking my tea bag, just gotta open it up, and I want to push all of the tea down to the bottom. Now this does get a little bit messy, so you might want to do this over a trash if you don't want to get tea leaves everywhere. So if you want to measure this, you totally can, but I am just going to cut a square out, and then I'm just going to trim that down until it's the right size for my nail break. And this piece that I cut is actually pretty huge, so I'm going to cut it in half, and it still actually takes up like half of my nail, but I do think that it might be a little bit stronger if I use more of it, so that's why I'm just going to be using a pretty big chunk, and I'm going to cover up most of my nail just so that it really adheres to it and then it doesn't just come off with the break. So after I know where I want to place it, I'm just going to start painting on my nail glue onto the break, and then of course in the surrounding area, just so that that little piece of tea bag can adhere to it. And once that's on there, I'm just going to put my little piece of tea bag on there. I'm going to press it down. I want to make sure that it's not really hanging off any edges or anything, because I don't want it to be able to peel off or come off in any way. And I'm just going to press that into the glue. And then I'm just going to paint more of the glue on over it just to really get it down onto my nail, sort of make it into a piece of my nail. And the more glue that I put on, the more it's going to really just stick down there and stay. And I don't want any pieces to be dry.
So once that glue dries up, I'm going to go in with a nail file and I'm just going to gently file down the edges of that little piece of tea bag just so that there isn't any noticeable ridge when I paint over my nails. Now this is an optional step, and if you're going to be using glitter polish or anything, you don't have to do it, but I think it just makes it a smoother transition for when you're painting. And then of course I'm just going to apply my base coat over that, and it really does, besides, looking like a big piece of tea bag on my nail, it does pretty much look like there is no break right now. So that's pretty cool. And then once my base coat is dry, and you might want to apply a second one just if you want to keep your nail polish on for a long time, just so that it strengthens your nail while you've got the polish on. But I am not going to do that because I'm probably going to be painting my nails a few times. And then I'm just going to put on my nail polish that I'm going to be wearing over it. Now there might still be a little bit of a ridge, so you're going to want to use a nice, really glossy, gel-like top coat for this. I'm just using the KB Shimmer top coat. I love that one. So here's before, you can see it's sort of hanging off, and now here's the after, and you can hardly even tell.
Alright, so now that you guys have seen how to patch up your nail, let me give you guys a few tips. Tip number one, make sure that you're not being too rough with your nail. It is going to be fixed and it's going to appear just like any of your other nails, but you really want to be careful with it because you've got that break going on. It's going to be more prone to break just because it already has a crack in it. If you smash it against a wall, it's pretty much going to break off and you're not going to be able to fix it again. Tip number two, try not to use too much water on it. Of course, you're going to have to wash your hands during the day, but if you're washing dishes or doing anything like that, wear kitchen gloves, because the more water that you get on your nail, the weaker that your nail plate is going to be, and that's going to make the patch a little bit looser and it might fall off. And tip number three, make sure that you are wearing nail polish while you've got this patch on your nail. Having the nail polish is actually just another layer of strengthening on your nail that's going to keep it from breaking off. I'm really impressed with how long this has held up. It held up in the shower, held up while I was sleeping. I actually did accidentally smash my hand against a door because I was trying to close it, and I just crushed all of my nails against it, and it didn't actually break, but I'm nervous now that any other sort of hit is going to really mess it up, so I'm going to be really careful with my hands. But I'm really happy that there's a solution for this and that I can continue making videos for you guys while I have this horrible broken nail. So another thing that you might want to know is, if you paint your nails as often as I do, using nail polish remover on that patch is going to take it off. So you're gonna have to do it multiple times if you want to keep repainting your nails. Now, if you keep your nails painted just for a week, I feel like you might already be in a better situation by the time you're ready for those polishes to come off, because your nail will have had a week to grow. So hopefully it doesn't take too long for your nails to grow, but again, using a strengthening base coat like Rejuvicoat or the Nailtiques one that I use, that's gonna just help promote growth of your nail. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. Hopefully my nail will hold up. I will give you guys some updates on Snapchat if you want to follow me there. I'll put my name right here. It's just Kelli Dobrin, which is my real name. I mean, Kelli Marissa is also my real name, but that's just my middle name. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you want more helpful tip videos like this. Leave me a comment below letting me know if you have any tips for broken nails, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.